This is an exciting project ahead of us. Using the best Taiwan cypress wood combined with Lichtenberg art to create a masterpiece. In this video, I will share the characteristics of Taiwanese wood, the hunt, and the creation of our project. In the years past doing our art, we saw that people liked the shape of Taiwan Island. So we have the idea to use the best Taiwanese materials to create the largest island-shaped piece of art with Lichtenberg, showing the combination of natural lightning patterns and Taiwanese wood features. In the limited time we had, we went to Nantou, Chiayi, Miaoli in search for the right piece of wood. We saw a lot of furniture and crafts being made from Taiwanese wood. Taiwan cypress, also known as hinoki, is the most loved and collected wood in all of Taiwan. Taiwan cypress grows slowly and has high density and stability. It's not easy to go moldy, and it has a charming aroma. It is suitable for building materials and furnitures. Only Taiwanese cypress contains the most hinoki atoll. Many documents and studies have confirmed that it has many benefits to the human body. After understanding its characteristics and collection value, we decided to use this wood. We found the wood with the grain we were after, and it's wonderful. And at the same time, it should match the curvature and the shape of the Taiwanese island. We have selected Taiwan cypress root for many reasons. The lemon aroma is strong, and it has a wide range of beautiful flashing flower patterns. I look forward to seeing it come to life and burnt. The goal is to maximize the size, the flashing flower pattern, and the natural edges. We were involved in the entire lumber making process, and it was a special experience for Polly and I, watching these old woodmasters at work. It was fun watching the masters getting excited, seeing the grain for the first time. Now the work begins. I need to sand the wood until the grain can be clearly seen. Then determine the size of Taiwan and the position where the most flowered patterns are, and leave some natural edge. As well, confirm the size for the burn. The final thickness of the work is 9.5 centimeters. Cutting it to the outline of Taiwan is a patient project. Oh,
Why?
it's working great.
Yeah.
Arm's getting tired. Sore arms are part of this process, but worth it in the end. The cutout is complete, and I think it looks like Taiwan. We also sanded the edges and backside to perfection. This step took a good amount of time to complete. After sanding, I will clean out the seam with picks and sandpaper. And before filling in the epoxy, I need to remove all the wet and old bark or dirt and dust that might be in there. This step takes a while to do properly. It's important to make sure that the epoxy gets a firm bond. I will also seal the wood inside the seam to prevent staining from the epoxy. So what we see here is a seam in the tree. It kind of looks like a crack, but it's actually a seam where the tree was growing another layer, and it follows all the way up quite a way. What my goal is now is to sand this area. I'll put a wood sealer on it. Then I will be able to mount this piece of plastic. And then my goal is to fill the seam with epoxy resin, let that cure, and I'll come back, resurface the whole piece, and then I can move on to burning. I'm excited. This is my attempt to lay out some lines where I am thinking of putting the Lichtenberg patterns. This is just giving my mind a rough idea of what it might look like near the end. Now it is time to create some Lichtenberg art. This step will take some time to complete. From past experience, we know this wood is hard to play with, so we must have patience and faith in our skills. But I know in my heart this piece will be awesome when it's done. Lichtenberg is an art design created over 100 years ago. The process uses high voltage electricity and wood to make fractal patterns. No two burns are ever the same, like in nature when lightning strikes. This is the piece we just finished with Lichtenberg burning process and the char. I'm scrubbing out the char with a small brush and spray bottle. Afterwards, I will also need to recondition the wood back to its original color. This step has been known to take many days to get correct, and there is no way to rush this step. This is the end of the burn and time for the finish. Then we go to making the frame. I have chosen to make a large A-frame to hold our Taiwan art piece. This frame had to be very strong and bold as a support piece. I decided to use Taiwan Maniki. The beams of Maniki are 7 by 10 by 120 centimeters long. They are very old, solid, and stable, as well as have a wonderful smell. The overall size of the frame and art piece will give a grand feeling in any place it is shown. This piece of dragon juniper, longbow, will be used to make 2 round pegs. I will hand carve each of the pieces to fit the frame where I need them. They keep the Taiwan in place nice and safe. This completes our video. I hope you enjoyed the journey with us and invite you to follow along on our next adventure.